So, as we wrap up the course, the next thing to talk about is kind of where to learn more, because there's a lot to learn, especially if you're looking to really, especially if you're new to data engineering. There's a lot to learn, and one of the best places to start is over there on my YouTube channel. Okay, I have this playlist, Intro the Data, that's going to walk you through all the basic sort of concepts of data, OLTP, OLAP, what's the difference between row and columnar data, what's a parquet file, what makes it special. Just kind of take deeper dives into a lot of these concepts. So by subscribing to the YouTube channel, you also make sure that you always catch all the new data content that I'm putting out. So I would scan that QR code, subscribe to the channel, check out this playlist. It should kind of get you up to date, get you hands on with a lot of tools like Apache Superset for building BI dashboards, Apache Spark for doing other types of data processing. Basically giving you a very sort of well-rounded exposure to a lot of spaces to kind of continue to dive deeper when it comes to data and data engineering. And also make sure to follow me on social. So you can follow me on Twitter over there at AM Data Lakehouse, and follow me on LinkedIn. Just look up Alex Merced and you will find me. I also host several different data podcasts where I like to talk about data. I like to talk about data terms, talk about data concepts, help people understand trends in the industry, specifically what's going on in specifically the data lakehouse space, but really kind of just help bring context and understanding to data, whether it's catalogs, manifests, and metadata. Oh my, where I'm focusing more on open source projects like Apache Iceberg and Apache Arrow and Nessie and so forth, or Select Star from Data.Lake, where I'm focusing more on the Data Lake and Data Lakehouse world. In the grand scheme of things, where I'm focusing more on data modeling and how you structure your data and think about how to logically think through your data. And DataNation, where I just talk about data trends in the data industry overall on whatever whims and thoughts kind of cross my head. And you can subscribe to all of these on iTunes and Spotify, and it's a great way to continue learning more about the data space. Then this is going to be Apache Iceberg 101. This is a blog post that I wrote a long time ago where I've been continuously updating and curating assets for learning more about Apache Iceberg. So you'll find more videos where you can learn about all the different concepts, whether it's like merge on write and copy on, or copy on write and merge on read, and Z order sorting and clustering, deeper looks at partitioning, basically everything you'd ever want to know about Apache Iceberg on this blog. So that's at Apache Iceberg 101. You can get there to scan that QR code. That's technically from the Dremio blog. And yeah, it's a great place where I've put together a lot of my work from over the years. Then there's the Iceberg Lakehouse blog, which is at iceberglakehouse.com. And at this blog, you can also scan the QR code, you'll find lots of great articles about Iceberg and Iceberg trends, articles I've written like end-to-end data engineering tools and so forth. So if you're looking to learn more about Iceberg, this is another great resource to learn more about Iceberg. Subscribe to it. It's a blog based in Medium. So if you have a Medium account, you can easily follow it and kind of keep up with what's going on that way as well. And of course, I am one of the authors of Apache Iceberg: The Definitive Guide, which is a book you can go purchase off Amazon.com. There's also ways you can get a free copy if you just do, a quick Google search. Trust me, you'll find it pretty quick. But you can get yourself a copy of this book, read through lots of exercises, lots of extra in-depth looks at sort of how Apache Iceberg is architected, built, put together, etc. It's a great resource for getting deeper and deeper into the Apache Iceberg world. But regardless, keep learning about Apache Iceberg, keep digging deeper, and you will find that there's a lot of really cool stuff you can do. And I mean, again, there's plenty of really, really good stuff over there on the Dremio blog. And that's actually just, again, to give you a quick tour, sort of the kind of things you can find over there on the Dremio blog. That's where I'm oftentimes writing regarding Apache Iceberg. Let's go take a look. Let's head over to dremio.com/blog. And here you can find all sorts of really great articles that I've written specifically in Apache Iceberg, whether it's talking about, how does data sharing occur with Apache Iceberg, how they use Apache Iceberg with different tools, again, getting deeper into the Nessie ecosystem, a little bit more about sort of like the catalog story and sort of how the catalog stories evolved and sort of what's going on right now in the industry. lots of articles where I talk about ingesting. So again, in the one of the previous videos, we took a CSV file and turned it into an Apache Iceberg table. But how do you do that with JSON files and Parquet files? And it's more a deeper exploration of that command copy into, you can find in this blog right here. And if we go back just a little bit further, because I've written a lot, we can find examples of you doing the same thing with Apache Druid, using Kafka Connect to consume streams into Apache Iceberg tables. There's a lot of great content on the Dremio blog to get you deeper and deeper involved in the Apache Iceberg format. Okay, just to look at a few more, we have how to take data from MySQL, put into Iceberg, how to take data from Elasticsearch and put it into Iceberg. Okay, how to use Iceberg to optimize your data platform costs. Okay, and then this particular demo basically puts everything together, where you're taking data from MongoDB and from Postgres, using Nessie and using its versioning features to ingest data and ingest data incrementally, and then using DBT, a tool called DBT, which stands for Data Build Tool, that you can use to help sort of automate creating a semantic layer on top of your data. So once you get the data into Apache Iceberg, to get it into sort of a nice logical model that you can then serve a BI dashboard off of it. And you can kind of go through that whole process step by step using this blog right here. So lots of really, really cool stuff. Again, head over to the Dremio blog, check it out. And again, just to show you some of the other stuff, there's again the Iceberg Lakehouse blog, which is iceberglakehouse.com. And here you can find this great end-to-end data engineering tutorial, which will actually allow you to take data, land it into an Apache Iceberg table, okay, using Apache Spark, and then consume that data using Dremio into an Apache superset dashboard, and walks you through all the steps of doing all that. Cool. But yeah, that's where you can learn more. And just to show you one last thing, because I keep wanting to kind of give you just a little bit more depth, a little bit more vision into all the things you can be learning. But also, again, that playlist I mentioned, that Enter the Data playlist, so you can see the kind of videos that are there for you to learn from. Okay. So you can see here, it goes through everything, teaching you SQL, showing you, again, how to use Dremio, as we did throughout this video series. Basics of data modeling, so going over data modeling and thinking about things through like slowly changing dimensions and different types of data modeling patterns. Okay. We go into talking about like how different data systems work, distributed data systems, and what does that mean, the role of Java in data, all sorts of really, 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 really good stuff. So the point is, like, there's a lot to learn, and now you've seen what the resources are, so that way you can continue to learn more. So kind of going to start leaving it at that. But again, my name is Alex Merced. I'm a senior tech evangelist over here at Dremio, and it's been a pleasure putting together this course for you to kind of introduce you to the ideas of data engineering. Basically, the idea of, again, making data available for analytics, data science, etc., by moving data from operational systems to analytical systems using ETL pipelines. To talk about the ideas of a data lakehouse, where we basically take our data lake storage layer and mix it with tools in a table format to create essentially a data warehouse without the need for a data warehouse. To talk about Apache Iceberg, a table format that brings a sort of very community-backed novel approach that enables all sorts of different possibilities that did not exist before. And now you've gotten hands-on with it, and I hope you kind of continue learning more and take these skills to the next level. I'll see you around.